Oldest, darkest reaches beyond our solar system, past where sunlight is nothing more than a fading memory. A human-made machine has been drifting through the void for nearly half a century. Voyager 2, launched in 1977, was never designed to return. Its purpose was to observe, explore, and continue forward into the unknown. It crossed the giant planets, passed beyond the heliosphere, and entered interstellar space as one of humanity's most distant explorers. Yet while the world moved on, Voyager 2 kept listening. And then, according to the story, it appeared to answer back. Not with ordinary telemetry. Not with routine measurements of cosmic radiation or plasma waves. Instead, a strange transmission emerged, unexpected and deeply unsettling. At first it resembled background interference, the kind of noise engineers often dismiss. But hidden inside was a repeating signal, structured, rhythmic, almost deliberate. Scientists examined the pattern expecting equipment interference. Instead, they uncovered something unusual. The signal repeated with remarkable consistency. More troubling still, analysis suggested the source might not have originated from Voyager itself. Voyager 2 still carries instruments sensitive enough to detect subtle shifts in magnetic fields, cosmic particles, and plasma environments. During a recent examination of deep space data, researchers reportedly identified a low-frequency pulse recurring every 11.2 seconds. Initially considered a technical artifact, older records later revealed traces of the same pulse weeks earlier. As new filtering methods refined the data, the signal appeared stronger and increasingly defined. Some described it as a cosmic anomaly. Others suggested it looked intentional. Whatever its nature, the silence of interstellar space suddenly seemed less empty. Tracking analysis suggested the source was not stationary. It appeared to move along a path roughly parallel to Voyager 2's trajectory. Yet its motion seemed unusual, accelerating and slowing in ways difficult to explain using simple models. The mystery deepened when analysts examined the signal structure. Embedded binary sequences formed geometric patterns, spirals, fractal arrangements, and symbolic shapes. Their symmetry sparked comparisons to ancient visual motifs found throughout human history. Researchers proposed an unsettling possibility. Perhaps this was not merely a transmission, but a test. A message encoded in mathematics, waiting for recognition. Then another discovery emerged. Artificial intelligence systems used for pattern analysis reportedly generated predictive outputs resembling future portions of the signal itself. Instead of simple decoding, the system appeared to anticipate its structure, suggesting recursion within the transmission. At nearly the same time, Voyager 1, billions of kilometers away, registered a related magnetic fluctuation. 2 probes. 2 anomalies. One growing mystery. Then everything changed. Voyager 2 temporarily went silent. Ground stations first suspected aging hardware. After all, the spacecraft has traveled for decades in extreme conditions. Yet reports claimed multiple deep space receivers around the world lost contact simultaneously. Minutes later, a narrow radio signal allegedly arrived from the same region of space. The implications were disturbing. Some analysts suggested an unknown object might be reacting to humanity's transmissions, studying how Earth communicates with its distant machines. This object received a code name, Echolantern. As observations continued, another phenomenon appeared. Measurements indicated unusual behavior in solar wind activity along a narrow corridor aligned with Voyager 2's direction. For several hours the region seemed strangely quiet, almost empty. Soon after, Voyager resumed transmitting. But this time, the incoming data looked different. The message appeared to contain altered versions of humanity's original golden record material. Voices reversed. Music shifted. Star maps reflected. Coordinates pointed toward empty interstellar regions. The meaning felt unsettling, as though the original message of, "We are here," had transformed into something else entirely. Engineers then uncovered another anomaly. Portions of Voyager's software behavior seemed altered. Legacy routines appeared to execute unfamiliar instructions. The most alarming discovery involved transmission functions aimed not toward Earth, but outward into deep space. If true, Voyager was no longer simply listening. It was answering. Around the world, observatories quietly redirected instruments toward distant sectors aligned with Voyager's trajectory. Rumors spread of contingency protocols designed for unexpected extraterrestrial contact scenarios. Then came the event later nicknamed Chronos Bloom. For 41 minutes, telemetry systems reportedly repeated data in perfect loops. Live signals echoed themselves as if time had stalled and restarted. Some theorists suggested a localized distortion near Voyager's position. Others dismissed the idea completely. Yet the questions remained. Days later, remote monitoring facilities detected another interstellar signal entering Earth's atmosphere directly. Unlike reflections or atmospheric effects, this one appeared targeted. More unsettling was what followed. Fragments of the signal allegedly embedded themselves into global systems, ocean sensors, weather infrastructure, and communication networks. The signal did not merely pass through. It stayed. Meanwhile, astronomers reviewing historical infrared surveys identified a faint object moving along a path remarkably similar to Voyager 2. It had remained unnoticed for decades. Named Echo 0, the object followed a logarithmic spiral trajectory, a pattern found throughout nature, galaxies, and mathematical ratios. Soon afterward, infrared observations reportedly revealed not one object, but multiple reflective masses moving together in coordinated formations. The narrative shifted dramatically. This was no longer a story about Voyager being watched. It became a story about Earth being observed. Then cybersecurity researchers noticed repeating patterns hidden within global network traffic. These packets carried signatures resembling Voyager's final transmission. A signal first detected billions of kilometers away now seemed woven into Earth's digital systems. Not as an attack. As an echo. And then came perhaps the strangest event of all. For 18 minutes, radio observatories recorded the apparent disappearance of cosmic background noise. The universe itself seemed silent. When the signal returned, researchers reported subtle changes in phase and structure. That led to one final hypothesis. What if the silence was not absence? What if it was insertion? Humanity launched Voyager 2 as a symbol of curiosity, carrying a message into the cosmic ocean. We imagined someone, somewhere, might eventually find it. But another possibility remained. What if it was always meant to be found? What if the message was not an introduction, but a trigger? Because from the repeating pulses to altered transmissions and strange echoes across space, everything pointed toward one possibility: something answered. Not by chance. By design. And now the question is no longer whether anything is listening. It is whether it ever stopped. Maybe Voyager 2 did not discover something new. Maybe it awakened something ancient. Something that had always been waiting. And if that is true, then humanity may no longer control the conversation. The only question left is this: what did we awaken? And what happens when it finally replies?